Bullet Points with Shotgun Nat from the Y100 Morning Show.
All right, Shotgun, you started the morning still not knowing what a meet cute is. How are you feeling about that now?
Well, I definitely understand what it is now because we heard a ton of them this morning. I still don't know that I would be able to find myself as a grown man being able to use that word in a sentence. but at least if somebody else talks about it, I'll know what it is.
Exactly. And we heard so many stories this morning. We kind of had the stories coming in throughout the morning, and then at the end, we unveiled that we were recording these stories for a chance at winning Luke Combs tickets.
Yes.
So you'll have to listen and follow along and see who won.
Shabuzi Jelly Roll, Amen, Y100 with Shotgun and Nat.
Brian, do you have a meet cute story to share?
I do. My wife and I met on a blind date. I was over at my grandmother's house, and a lady upstairs hung around with my uncle, and the lady upstairs also worked with my wife, and she says she was going to bring somebody to the Christmas party, and she did, and her and I pretty much had the same highlight as far as hair color and everything else, and we got together after that, and we've been married for 38 years.
Love that.
Ooh, blind date for the win.
Frosted tips for the win.
I know, right? I want to know what that hair color looked like.
Good morning, Y100.
I was a senior in high school. My now wife was a junior, and I was standing along the fence at our senior homecoming game, and my wife and her best friend were walking around the track around the football field, and my wife's best friend pushed her into me.
Ha!
And, she said her apologies and blamed it all on her friend and whatnot, and, went about her way. A few days later in the hallway at school, her friend did it to her again. So I looked at her and I said, well, would you like to go to the football game with me the following Friday? And she said yes, and now come April, it'll be 40 years we've been married.
Fantastic.
Aww.
So you guys got together because you were in fear of your life.
Yeah, I was getting kind of tired of being hit in school, yeah. Just glad there wasn't a frying pan involved.
Right.
Was her friend, legitimately trying to set you guys up, or what was the thinking there?
I think so, to be honest with you, because her best friend was one of my best friend's favorite people.
Gotcha.
Wendy texted in to 31003, and you can too. She said, I told my friends when I get married, I'm going to marry Rich. Little did Wendy know that she would then meet a guy named Rich.
Oh.
She hasn't confirmed whether he is rich or not, but his name is Rich. And she said after their first date, we went out to our cars. His license plate had my initials. Cute.
Oh, okay.
Meant to be.
Kismet.
They've been married for 9 years now. And Bonnie said she met her husband at the bank. He had a house fire. Oh. Needed a loan. She was the loan officer's assistant, and he always jokes that she didn't marry him for his money because she could see in his accounts that he didn't have any. But they've been together 8.5 years.
Hello, Y100. You got a story for us?
Good morning. I do. My husband and I met at a Christmas party that neither one of us worked for the company. And we both went with friends. And I went up to one of my other friends when she was dancing with him and asked her where her husband was. And she's like, I don't know, I'll go find him, dance with this guy. And we've been together 25 years.
Oh, cute.
I love it. Shotgun and Nat here. Thanks for being a part of our day and letting us be a part of yours.
We are celebrating love this morning, sharing your meet cutes, and it is a very 2026 meet cute story for Dana from Menasha. She and her fiance met on Facebook Marketplace.
Really?
Yep, getting married March 6th. I love that. Nikki and her husband, they met online on their own. They're in Little Swamico. But after meeting, they found out that they actually had a ton of mutual friends. Somehow they had never met.
Really?
But then now that they're together, they are celebrating 5 years this year. Now that they're together, all of their friends who knew them apart were like, oh, that makes total sense. So I love that. They're getting confirmation. Met on their own, but then got all the confirmation they wanted from their friends. Melody from Mishicot said, originally from Canada, came to the area to visit family, went to a Packers game. She says, I tell everyone, like a lot of love stories in Wisconsin, I met him at a bar. They dated long distance for 2 years. Then she made the move. They've been together for 10 years and are getting married this year.
Nice.
Exciting for Melody.
Love that. Good morning, Y100.
All right. Well, here it is. I was a freshman at UW Stevens Point. I was very excited to be on my own. And I had in my dorm room, I had a football player that I had just met in the afternoon. Nothing was going on exciting. And he commented that he didn't know why I was wearing the jeans that I was wearing because it made it look like I had a fat butt.
Oh.
And I said, excuse me? So I walked out of the hall of my dorm, looked down the hall, and there was a guy down there with my RA. And I said, excuse me. He goes, yeah. I turned around, I pointed at my butt, and I said, do you think I have a fat butt? And he goes, no, I think you have a very nice butt. I'm like, thank you. And I walked back in the dorm room, and I got rid of that football player. And then 3 years later, bam, I had my husband who said I had a nice butt.
He was the other guy.
He was the other guy. We've been married 41 years.
When you started telling the story, Valerie, I was getting a little concerned that you were going to choose the guy who told you had a fat butt.
No, nope, My husband worships the ground I walk on, so it all worked out very well.
As well he should.
As he should.
That is right. That's what I told my daughter. Same thing, yes.
That is awesome. Thank you for sharing that today.
Thank you for all you guys do. I love you guys together. It's going very well.
Thank you so much, Valerie.
Good morning, Y100.
Good morning.
Hey, Mary, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing well. All right, what's your meet cute?
Well, I met my husband on College Avenue, downtown Appleton, after bar one night on a cold December night, and he was sitting on a garbage can waiting for his friends, and my friend's like, that guy's staring at you. And I said, no, he's not. She's like, yeah, he's staring at you. So I walked up to him because I had courage, a gallon of courage.
Of the liquid variety.
Yeah, and I offered him a bite of my bratwurst. He didn't take it. He said he just had some from the brat guy. And I said, well, if you don't want a bite of my bratwurst, why don't you take me to a movie tomorrow?
Oh.
So he took my number, but he never wrote it down. He did call the next day. We've been together, married 22 years this June.
That's awesome. So, I mean, 22 years ago, there was no, swapping numbers like on your cell phone. He remembered that thing.
He remembered it.
He remembered it without writing it down and called the next day. That's pretty impressive.
That's the man you should marry right there.
We're talking about love this morning. And your stories of love and your meet cutes.
Have you learned what that is now, Shotgun?
I mean, I still not sure how comfortable I am saying the word.
Using it in a sentence?
Yes.
Meet cute. Like
Meet
every
cute.
rom-com that's ever been made.
I mean, as a dude in general, I just don't know how well it's, tell me all about your meet cute. You know, I mean.
I think you need to start using this.
Really?
Yep.
It felt very uncomfortable coming out of my mouth right there. So we're having fun this morning. We had a ton of calls. We had more that we didn't get a chance to get to. We appreciate everybody that called in. We have narrowed it down to our three favorites, all right?
Our three favorite meet cutes.
Now, I want you guys to listen very closely to these, all right? Here's a little excerpt of story number one.
He commented that he didn't know why I was wearing the jeans that I was wearing because it made it look like I had a fat butt.
Oh.
And I said, excuse me? So I walked out of the hall of my dorm, looked down the hall, and there was a guy down there with my RA. And I said, excuse me, do you think I have a fat butt? And he goes, no, I think you have a very nice butt. I'm like, thank you.
And they ended up 3 years later. They got together and been together ever since.
She dumped the football player who told her she had a fat butt. So that's Valerie's story. We also heard from Ethan this morning. So Ethan was doing maintenance work in an apartment building that his current girlfriend was touring. She needed a tape measure to measure that new apartment. So she ran up to him and was like, hey, do you have a tape measure that I could borrow? He let her borrow it. Then when she brought it back, she had attached her phone number to it, and then she ran away giggling before Ethan even noticed. Now they're together. That's what I call a meet cute.
It is indeed. And then we had one more for you here, this one here.
My husband and I met at a Christmas party that neither one of us worked for the company, and we both went with friends. And I went up to one of my other friends when she was dancing with him and asked her what her husband was. And she's like, I don't know, I'll go find him, dance with this guy. And we've been together 25 years.
All right.
That's Tanya's meet cute.
So we have our 3 favorites.
Uh-huh.
Fat butt.
Tape measure.
And the Christmas party, all right? So what we want you guys to do now is decide which one of those of the 3 that you like the best. And that person is going to win tickets to go see Luke Combs.
Woohoo!
Right?
Luke Combs tickets for you and your Valentine. That show's in May at Lambeau.
Mm-hmm.
Going to be pretty exciting. So you have to help us decide which couple is the most worthy, which meet cute story is the most worthy. So fat butt, tape measure, or Christmas. Text in one of those words or phrases to 31003. All right. The votes already coming in. All shall be revealed soon.
It is the season of love here as we are heading into St. Valentine's Day. And Shotgun and Nat this morning decided to use that and your stories to make some winners.
We took it to a vote. We said vote for fat butt, tape measure, or Christmas party. Are we ready to reveal?
We are indeed. Is this Ethan?
It sure is.
Ethan, we're Shotgun and Nat from Y100. How are you?
Go good. How are you guys?
Good, buddy. I got to tell you, the people have spoken. And your meet cute story today was the one that got the most votes.
Really? That's awesome.
So that means that you and perhaps your new girlfriend get to go see Luke Combs when he comes this spring.
That's fantastic news.
Yup, he's playing at Lambeau Field.
Sweet.
So the good news is on the DL here, Ethan, is that now on Valentine's Day on Saturday, you can be like, guess what I got for you for Valentine's Day?
Oh, now she can have 3 gifts instead of just her 2?
Oh,
I love this guy. Well, congratulations, buddy.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Tomorrow morning, we're going to be on location doing shotgun weddings. We'll be at Gather on Broadway all morning, and probably won't have a podcast for you there unless we're thinking about maybe trying to put the ceremony on here.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for shotgun weddings.
I'm excited to have you there.
I got to go write my toast.
Catch the show live weekday mornings on 100.3 FM in Northeast Wisconsin. And come here for the recap and even more fun after each show.